The Government Accountability Institute has conducted an analysis of how much time this president has spent in economic meetings of any kind.
He won't rest. He will not. He said this over and over and over again. He will not rest until people have jobs and this economy is on the upswing. And so fortunately, he's not rested yet.
Assuming a 6-day, 10-hour work week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they say 10-hour work week, I'm assuming that they mean 10
hour
hours
work
a day.
day.
But
So 60 hours a week.
it could be a 10-hour work week with him.
No way does this president work 60 hours a week.
No way. No, not on presidential stuff. Election stuff and maybe.
Oh, sure, maybe then. Fundraisers.
He has spent 412 hours in economic briefings of any kind. 412 hours of the last 1,257 days in office.
So in 4.5 years, he has spent 400 some hours.
Yes.
On economic issues.
Mm-hmm. There were 773 days, 72%, excluding Sundays, in which the president had no economic meeting whatsoever. Throughout his presidency, he has spent an average of 138 minutes a week in economic meetings. In 2012, he has spent 24 total hours in economic meetings of any kind. How many?
24. I'm seeing 6 from the Government Accountability Institute.
I have in 2012.
Oh, 2012. Yeah, 2013 so far. And it's May almost. He's spent 6 hours in economic meetings. 6.
This whole year?
Yeah, the whole year. It's almost May.
Wow.
Now, this is not just...
Well, the economy's fixed. That's why he doesn't have to devote any time to it now.
You are... It's true. When back in 2009, when it was really going on, he did spend 6% of his time in meetings.
A full 6%?
All the way up to 6.
So that's only 94% of the time he's doing something else.
Well, yeah, but those other things are important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, for instance, how much time has he spent golfing compared to economic meetings?
Like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Right, because, if he's only spent 470 hours, you would think...
Probably 20 minutes.
Probably 20 minutes golfing. But between golf and vacation... He's
about
up to
35 minutes.
976 hours.
976 hours.
Yeah.
That's only more than double the time of what he spent on the economy.
But he won't rest.
No, but he won't rest until people have jobs and this economy is rolling again. He will not rest.
And to be fair, the jobs he's created for caddies should be possibly categorized as economic
the jobs
meetings.
that he has created or saved?
Yeah, yes, he's saved lots of caddies' jobs.
Yes.
The people who drive around the drink carts.
Yeah. Well, the golf course owners.
The golf course owners.
Have stayed in business because of him.
Landscapers. I mean, there's a lot of jobs he is creating there.
Somebody has to water that lawn and stays green. They don't call it green for nothing.
Hang on just a second. You make it sound like you are not.
Like I'm not.
That you disagree somehow or another with
spending 976 hours on golf and vacations?
Yeah. He spent less than 4% of his total time in economic meetings and briefings. Okay, less than 4% of his time. Okay. So that's 138. So that's 138 minutes a week in economic meetings. That's a lot. And if you can compare it to this, dog owners spend the average of 130 minutes a week walking their dogs. So he spent 8 minutes less than the average dog owner spends walking their dog every week. He spent 8 minutes less on economic meetings.
Wow. Can you imagine I don't know if they did that in here, but can you imagine what the difference would be in campaigning as compared to these meetings?
I'd love to see that.
300-to-1 ratio.
Mm-hmm. Almost his whole presidency has been one long campaign.
In September, October of 2012, he spent 0 minutes in economic meetings. Here's a guy going to run the country. He's saying, you should reelect me for 4 more years. And while he's saying that, he spends 0 minutes in economic briefings. 0. For 2 months, our president spent 0 minutes in economic briefings.
What's the problem? Now, I'd like to make the other point that I want to keep him out of economic meetings.
Yeah.
I don't want him doing any more. I mean, if he were out on the golf course all the time, the country would be a better place.
Yeah, I will say, we could chart this too. If you look at the amount of time he spent in economic meetings and the stock market, they are inversely proportional. He was 6.3% in 2009. They creeped up in 2010 because he only spent 4.1% of his time in the meetings. Then it dropped down to 2.3%. The stock market went higher. Then he dropped down to 2.1%. The stock market went higher. And now he was dropped down to 0.8% this year, and the stock market's gone even higher.
The stock market, though, is all about printing presses. That's the really.
I was just making a joke. I don't think it's actually connected.
I'd like to come in here and wreck your joke for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.